What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another A Song of Ice and Fire video. Well, folks, once again, George R. R. Martin has missed another deadline that he set upon himself. The internet was absolutely on fire yesterday as hundreds or even thousands of fans were making fun of George R. R. Martin because another deadline has come and gone without any announcements of him having The Winds of Winter done and in hand. Now, just in case you're wondering what I am referring to, let me back up a little bit. This all started because of something George R. R. Martin said on his NotABlog back in May of last year. This is what he said. In the summer of 2020, Wellington is hosting the World Science Fiction Convention, the oldest and most important con in the science fiction fantasy calendar, and they've asked me to serve as Toastmaster for the Hugo Awards. Writers, fans, and artists from all over the world will be headed down to check out all of your wonders. I hope lots of you Kiwis will join us. Of course, I was especially moved by your offer to bring me to New Zealand on us. How wonderfully generous. As it happens, I do have enough money to make it to New Zealand on my own, but there are many American writers, fans, and artists who do not. If you'd care to fly, say 20 or 30 or 50 of them to Wellington in place of me, I have no doubt they would instantly accept and fall in love with Middle-earth, New Zealand, just as I have. And you have such big planes, I'm sure you could squeeze them in. As for finishing my book, I fear that New Zealand would distract me entirely too much. Best leave me here in Westeros for the nonce. But I tell you this, if I don't have the Winds of Winter in hand when I arrive in New Zealand for Worldcon, you have here my formal written permission to imprison me in a small cabin on White Island, overlooking that lake of sulfuric acid until I'm done. Just so long as the acid fumes do not screw up my old DOS word processor, I'll be fine. So as you can see, over a year ago, George R. R. Martin said he would have The Winds of Winter finished by the summer. Well, it's now the summer of 2020, and George has yet to deliver the next book. In fact, it sounds like he's not even close to having it finished. He gave us another Winds of Winter update very recently, and this is what he said. I have to confess, after half a year of pandemic, quarantine, and social distancing, I am showing signs of cabin fever, half of which is quite literal in my case. Yes, I am in an actual cabin in the mountains. No, I have no fever. Yay! For the present at least, I am healthy, for an out-of-shape guy at 71, at least, and doing all that I can to stay that way. If nothing else, the enforced isolation has helped me write. I am spending long hours every day on The Winds of Winter and making steady progress. I finished a new chapter yesterday, another one 3 days ago, and another one the previous week. But no, this does not mean that the book will be finished tomorrow or published next week. It's going to be a huge book, and I still have a long way to go. I was heartbroken when Con Zealand was forced to go virtual due to the pandemic, and I have to cancel my plans, exciting plans, for a long trip down to Wellington with Paris and my minions. But there is definitely a silver lining in that cloud. The last thing I need right now is a long interruption that might cost me all my momentum I have built up. I can always visit Wellington next year, when I hope that both COVID-19 and The Winds of Winter will be done. I still plan to host the Hugo Awards and fulfill all the rest of my Toastmasterly duties for Worldcon, and have started pre-recording some bits for the ceremony. A wise precaution, since I am hopeless with Zoom and Skype and like things. But that is a lot less time consuming and distracting than flying to the other end of the world. In between tapings, I return to Westeros. Of late, I have been visiting with Cersei, Osha, Tyrion, Ser Barristan, and Arya Hota. I will be dropping back into Braavos next week. I have bad days, which get me down, and good days, which lift me up. But all in all, I am pleased with the way things are doing. I do wish they would go faster, of course. Way back in 1999, when I was deep in the writing of A Storm of Swords, I was averaging about 150 pages of manuscript a month. I fear I shall never recapture that pace again. Looking back, I am not sure how I did it then. A fever indeed. Well, George R. R. Martin should be in New Zealand as we speak, with The Winds of Winter in his hand, but as you can see, he is not in New Zealand, and the book is far from finished. This is something we have seen from him over and over again, year after year. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not even mad about him missing another deadline. I never expected him to actually have the book done by this summer. What I don't understand is why he keeps giving himself these deadlines when he knows he'll never make them. He has even said that he is done announcing deadlines because he has missed every one, but for some reason he has done it here again. He says he still has a long way to go, and he hopes he can have it done by next summer, when New Zealand has another convention. By then, it will have been a decade since The Dance with Dragons was released. All I can do now is hold out hope that he will get it done sometime soon. Whenever The Winds of Winter does come out, I expect it to break the internet, as well as breaking records for the amount of sales. A Song of Ice and Fire was already a very successful series of books, but after that disaster of a finish we got from Game of Thrones, I think the anticipation for The Winds of Winter is through the roof. However, with that being said, let's look at another update from George R.R. Martin. He said this just a little over a week ago. This writing stuff is hard. Even so, it has been going well of late. 3 more chapters completed this week, and good progress on several more. Still a long way to go though. Do not get too excited. Yikes. No matter how long it actually takes, I am very confident we will get The Winds of Winter, and it will most likely be one of the greatest books of all time. But at this rate, I am not so sure about the Dream of Spring. For now, it will have to remain a dream. For those of you that don't know, I am making videos on every chapter from every book in A Song of Ice and Fire. I have only recently started, but it looks like I will have enough time to get them finished before the next book is released. I think. If you haven't had a chance to read the books yet, head over to my most recent videos. I am making videos on each chapter, letting you know what happens in the books, starting from the very beginning. I would love to see you there. Anyways, let me know what you all think about these different updates from George R.R. Martin. Do you think he will ever finish A Song of Ice and Fire? Leave your thoughts down below. I would love to see what you have to say. If you would like to support my channel, consider heading over to my Patreon. I would really appreciate that. Either way, I hope everyone has a great day. I will see you again very soon with my next chapter video. Bye.